Stockholders meeting for Dr. Floyd Industries. We're proud to see so many stockholders here today. We have a lot we need to get through, and I'm going to try and be like Steve Jobs and just get right through it. Dr. Floyd could not be here. Those of you who were at the Parsec Awards, I think he's traveling with the rest of Throwing Toasters. That's a joke for those of you who know what Throwing Toasters are, but he was kind enough to send us a little greeting.
Hello everybody, this is Dr. Floyd. Welcome to the first annual Dr. Floyd Industries stockholder meeting. I guess I should be there, but I've just got so many other things I need to do. Oh, brain freeze. Anyway, have a good time at the convention, and if you see that Adrienne Barbeau, tell her Dr. Floyd says hello.
Thank you, Dr. Floyd. So, yes, unfortunately, Dr. Floyd could not make it. Yes, I know, everyone's very heartbroken. But we have important business we have to get through. We need to talk about the good news that has happened in the past year, as I'm sure all you stockholders are aware of, and that is listener growth, the first thing we're going to talk about. As you know, when we started in April of 2004, we had 12 listeners. They were big, but 12. No, we had 12 listeners. We started on a little internet radio station called Dementia Radio. Fans here, dementiaradio.org, check it out. We started doing the Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd in April of 2004 on that show. And then when we found out about podcasting in November, October of 2004, we were like, hey, this is the perfect thing for us to do. So we started doing it. And because of that, our listeners, we now have 41,000 downloads in the month of April. So that's thanks to you for spreading the word. And it actually, the 12 is there, you just can't see it. That's great. But some of those 12 people are in this room, and that's what's fantastic. We've seen a growth in imagination over the past 2 years, close to 100%, which is our goal we're reaching towards. Fun has also increased, as you can see by the chart. Learning also on the rise, and probably most importantly for all of us, chocolate chip cookies. We saw from 2005 to 2006 almost 100% growth in the area of chocolate chip cookies. So we're really proud.
Rough year in 2005.
You take the good year, you take the good news with the bad news, and there's was some bad news. Dastardly Deeds by Dr. Steve have been on a sharp increase, unfortunately, but there is a silver lining to everything, and that is his success rate is actually in the negative numbers. So we're really proud of that. Although Dr. Steve, as of late, if you've seen this, has been listing some stuff on eBay. One thing is he put the Declaration of Independence on eBay, and him and Fidget both signed it at the bottom. He also put a Fidget on eBay as well. We were a little sad to see that. But then the good news, another silver lining, is that they were both replicas. They weren't the actual thing, in case anybody was worried. And for those of you who are in the know in the podcasting world, Craig Patchett actually bought this one. So he said he's going to give it back to Washington, D.C. Because that's the kind of guy Craig is, if you know him. He's so goody-goody. Okay, so some news. Let's talk about some news. We're going to fly through this because we want to get to the live show. Seasons 3 and 4 are now on CD. They are here, available on CD. And Season 4 is actually a 2-disc set. It has 2 CDs because there was just so much good stuff to try and pack on one CD. Homemade cartoons, a guy named Tom Ray. He's very, very talented. He animated that Screaming Through Time and Space thing that you saw. And he is currently animating the Jeffrey Tambor episodes with George Washington. And he'd probably kill me for doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. I have a sneak peek at like the first minute, I think, of it. And this is not, you're going to see like, it's everything in this blue box is what you'll see. For those of you familiar with Flash, you're going to see a lot of stuff around the outside. That's not going to be there in the final thing. But hopefully Tom won't get mad at me.
It's time once again for America's favorite show, The Radio Adventures of Dr. Floyd. Brought to you by drfloyd.com.
This week starring Jeffrey Tambor as George Washington and Chris Hardwick as Alexander Hamilton. Unless you forgot, you'll remember that in our last episode, Dr. Steve was headed to Philadelphia in the year 1791 to try to steal the false teeth of our nation's first president, the father of our country, George Washington. We begin this week in the president's office, where we find George Washington in deep thought, pondering a decision that will, no doubt, affect the entire future of the fledgling United States of America.
I'm just not sure.
I understand, sir. It's a difficult choice.
Sure is.
Perhaps you'd like to ask your cabinet, sir.
My cabinet? My dear boy, I'm not about to go ask a piece of furniture its opinions on matters that will affect the future. I may be getting up there in years, but I'd like to think that I have a few more before I start talking to inanimate objects.
Sir, I meant your department heads. You know, Knox, Jefferson, Hamilton, and Randolph. Your cabinet.
Oh.